Dr. Ferguson, and welcome to the pre-release of Scissor Sweep Secrets. I'm a 2004 Olympian, a four-time national judo champion, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and also a black belt in judo. I'm also the head instructor and owner of Tampa, Florida Judo, and the creator of Scissor Sweep Secrets. I hope you're getting some enormous value and understanding concerning and about the scissor sweep. My goal and purpose is to teach, tell, show, and educate you as much as possible for absolutely 100% free about the scissor sweep, and to do so with the hope that you can and will see that when it comes to teaching a move, technique, and or a system, that I go over and beyond the norm, not only to make sure that my clients understand, but also to make sure that they understand the technique in its real state and its ideal state. Well, what do I mean by real and ideal? Well, when I first started training in the arts of judo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu, I remember saying after the instructor was showing the move, man, that ain't gonna work because that's not how it works in real life. I had a point, but I didn't realize how dumb and ignorant I sounded and how incorrect I was. I used to scoff at kata and think that it was garbage. I used to just want to go live and roll and do randori all the time. And I would get frustrated if I went to a club that didn't do randori. Not understanding that randori is only one way to get better, and it's really not the best way. I did not realize that a move must be learned in its perfect state under ideal conditions, ideally, without any resistance, without any talking, without any questioning of if it will work, or without any, what if this happens, or what if that happens? You just have to learn the move in its perfect state. For example, baseball. When you learn how to play baseball, you don't start taking pitches. You hit the ball off of a tee first. Then you start taking pitches from a ball machine. And then the velocity of the pitches increases over time. And then you learn how to hit curve balls, breaking balls, etc. You just don't line up and start taking pitches and tell the batting coach, I'm not hitting any balls out of that machine, because that's not the way it happens in real life. Same thing in football. I played football for a good part of my life, and I love the game. And when I say football, I'm talking about American football, not soccer. And when you put in a new play on offense, you don't run it against a live defense. You do it on what we call air. Look, you run routes before you run a play. When you run a passing play, you do it on air first against no defense. And then as you increase in terms of learning the move, then you also increase the chaos. You do what we call 7-on-7, and you introduce a light defense. And then you do it against a lesser team or a lesser defense, which we call the second team or the practice squad. This is the process for learning most any and everything. But when you learn in the beginning, you have to do it without any interference, meaning there is no defense. You are just doing the reps. Look, for all intents and purposes, you are doing kata. And then when you go live, you make the adjustments to your ideal model in the real situation. Tennis. Did you know that one of the best tennis training hotbeds in the world doesn't even allow their practitioners to use a tennis ball? That's right, no ball. And they move in slow motion. And they don't allow their students to compete for 3 years after they begin training, because they don't want them to mess up on their technical development. If you don't believe me, go grab Daniel Coyle's book called The Talent Code, and you can also grab Jeff Colvin's book called Talent is Overrated. The tennis club is called Spartak, and it is a one-court facility that has produced more top players in the world than any other facility. It is absolutely amazing. But they have perfected the one thing that I really want to drive home here. They understand the difference and the importance of creating the right model of perfection in your mind when it comes to a technique. Look, here's the key. You must understand the scissor sweep perfectly and have the ideal model in your mind perfectly, because you can only display on the mat or in competition what is in your mind. See, every movement on the mat is preceded by thought, which means your scissor sweep has to come from somewhere. And when it comes out of your brain, it should be coming out at the 100 percentile. And you can allow the opponent, the crowd, your nerves, and the other environmental fabricators to impact and impede on your ability to illustrate your model perfectly and to warp your ideal. But what you display, which is your real, will be good enough for you to execute your technique because it is coming from and out of a perfect place. Let me explain again. You have to have your move so perfect in your mind that when you do the move, even if it's disrupted by what the other person is trying to do, it's not 100%. Your 75 or 80% will still get the move done. But if you learn the move at a 80% or a 70%, when all of that environmental noise is in the way, you may only be able to display the technique at a 55% or 59%, and it will fail. So you have to change the way that you practice when you're learning a move. And why should you practice a scissor sweep like this? Well, as quiet as it's kept, you should practice all things like this. Remember, I'm using the scissor sweep for two reasons. One, for you to learn the scissor sweep, and two, for you to apply this particular process to any technique in which you want to master. That's the secret behind scissor sweep secrets. Once I give you the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle, you will be able to apply it to any move. But we're starting with the scissor sweep because it's so basic and you think you know it, but you really don't know it. And mastering it does not mean that you will be able to do it on anybody at any time, although it will increase your ability to do so. Mastering it does not mean that you will be able to win the world championships with the scissor sweep, although you can and some have. Mastering it means that you know it and you own it because you know it. So please do me a favor. Watch this video. This video is in the description section of this YouTube video. It is this particular address that you see below, the HTTPS address. Watch this video. Click on that link. I guarantee you that your ground game will increase tremendously, all right? Please let me know if you have a scissor sweep story that I can share, as Samantha gave me recently with her testimonial. And if you have any feedback, please leave a comment. And thank you so much for your time. And remember, if you haven't checked out the scissor sweep on our social media sites, please do this today on Facebook at www.thescissorsweep.com, on Twitter at twitter.com/the scissor sweep, on Instagram at instagram.com/the scissor sweep. Thank you so much for your time. This is Roddy Ferguson. I'm dedicated to the scissor sweep and to your improvement. Take care and have a super fantastic day.